Wait, that's a lot of people. Are they all? Is that an arena? Oh God, might be showing, bro. Bro, what the fuck? They actually went crazy, bro. Props to them.
The Clover Boys just sold out an entire arena. Not a venue, not a club, a whole arena. The MVP arena in Albany. We talking thousands of people. Sold out. The Clover Boys really did their big one. And here's the crazy part. The lineup had Meek Mill, DaBaby, some real solid names. But let's be real. Those artists alone did not just sell out that arena in Albany. In 2026 at that. And I'm not trying to disrespect any of the artists. It's just facts. The people in that building were there for the Clover Boys, streamers, content creators, guys who got famous off being on camera with Kai Cenat, but typically for just being funny on Twitch. And if you understand what that means, then you understand why Kai Cenat might be the smartest investor in the streaming community. Pay attention, because what happened in Albany isn't just this huge cool event. This is a blueprint being laid out right in front of us. And by the end of this video, we're gonna find out why Kai Cenat might never have to stream again. So let's talk about the full picture here. March 21st, Clover Fest, the first ever music festival thrown by the Clover Boys. I think this might be the first ever music festival thrown by any streamers, period. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this happened in MVP Arena in Albany, New York. This is a real arena. We're talking about a venue that holds up to 17,000 people. Of course, they configured it and they made it much smaller for this show, but these guys sold out 5,600 seats in a arena. I'm talking about sold out, completely full. All 5,600 seats were purchased. And on the lineup, they ended it off with Meek Mill. They had DaBaby. They even had some streamers perform like Reggie, Rakai, Zeddy Will. Pretty decent lineup. But I want you guys to think about this. When's the last time DaBaby sold out an arena on his own? When's the last time Meek Mill, and forgive me because I like Meek Mill, but when's the last time Meek Mill headlined an arena show that wasn't Summer Jam? And look, I'm not hating, I'm just trying to make a point. What made people come out to that show and actually sold it out was watching Tylil, Rakai, Dezz, Punga, the entire Clover Boys. That's who the people came for, because they're getting it not on Twitch, they're getting it live, in person, on stage in front of thousands of people. Dezz even performed his viral song to a sold out arena. Think about that. This is a guy who blew up from crashing out on Kai Cenat stream, and now he's performing his music to thousands of screaming fans. Look at Tylil doing his splits on stage with Meek Mill. Coming from New York, I know we all grew up listening to Meek Mill. When that Dreams and Nightmares come on, is a feeling and some chills and some goosebumps that we get, and I know he felt it that night.
We're the streamers, I need all streamers in the crowd with the people. I don't need you backstage, on the stage, and you with the people or what? I know Tylil for the church, you with the people. We're a little right, let's do it. You ready? Yeah. You ready? What you say, cuz? I used to play the sounds like this, go out like this, so I could run like that, to shout like this, to the matter. Time I spent, I said like that shit in the back of the petty wagon, just like the wind. Time dreams are full, nightmares come true. It was not an every day, but I said, yeah, I do.
That night proved the Clover Boys don't just show up on stream, but they create moments, viral moments. The Fader, a real music publication, actually even covered this. They called it a generational shift, bringing that digital culture and live music together, basically creating the future of large-scale events for music and streaming. And that's not just me saying it, that's an industry saying it. But here's the thing, none of this happens without that one guy that wasn't even there, Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat built Clover Boys. And some people think that, oh, he just put them on stream. No, it gets deeper than that. Think about what Kai Cenat actually did. He took a group of his boys, young, hungry, and talented, and gave them 3 things that every creator needs to blow up. 1, exposure. He put them in front of his audience. During the Mafia Dawn days, these guys were hilarious. They weren't just the background characters. They were a part of the storyline. They were the moment. Every Clover Boy has his own storyline arc, their own clips, their own viral moments. Number 2, infrastructure. Kai Cenat didn't just feature them and then moved on. He helped them build the Clover House, the group streams, an entire content ecosystem for them to grow. He gave them a machine. And 3, and this is the biggest one out of all of them, identity. The Clover, the chains, the name, the brand. Kai Cenat gave them the flag to rally around. He didn't just create a group of streamers. He created a brand, a moment in culture, a moment in streaming history. The Clover Boys are a part of Twitch history. And here's what separates Kai from every other big streamer. He didn't just do it to benefit himself. He did it knowing that one day eventually these guys are gonna go off and blow up and be big on their own. And that's exactly what happened. Kai Cenat wasn't at Clover Fest. He didn't perform. He didn't co-host. He didn't need to. The Clover Boys pulled this off on their own. And that's the whole point. Most streamers in Kai Cenat's position will keep the circle real close and keep them dependent, making sure that every big moment goes through them. But Kai Cenat did the opposite. He invested in people, gave them the tools, and just let them fly. And Clover Fest, that's just part of the return of investment. And now there's someone watching this all play out who might feel some type of way. And yeah, we gonna talk about it. So Adin Ross is watching the Clover Fest and he sees Rakai. He sees the audience. But this is the same Rakai that they always talk about, that they like to downplay, calling him Kai Cenat's jester. But now he's watching him perform in front of thousands of people in a sold out arena. And what does Adin does? He gives him his flowers on stream.
Let's go! Let's go! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah!
Wait, that's a lot of people. Are they all? Is that an arena? Oh God, might be showing, bro.
Yeah!
Bro, what the fuck? They actually went crazy, bro. Props to them.
Yeah! They wanna see that!
How many people do they have?
They wanna see that dance! Yeah! We about to turn!
Damn! That might be a few. Thou wow. Oh, that wasn't his show? Oh, whose show is it? Whose show is that? Clover Fest? Okay, so what are you guys talking about? That's fire. The fuck?
So I admit, that was kind of mature. Gotta give credit where it's due. Clover Boys killed that. And you can't lie, Adin. But let's zoom out for a second. Adin and Rakai, there's some tension there. But Adin and Kai Cenat, there's real tension there. All of that beef and the back and forth that there was happening between Adin's camp and Kai Cenat's camp were happening at the same time that the Clover Boys were evolving. Kai Cenat had the Clover Boys organizing a festival, booking artists, selling tickets, still streaming, while Adin Ross was on Kick doing his thing. And look, Kick is Kick, but what does Adin Ross have that's equivalent to this Clover Fest? What does Adin Ross have that's equivalent to the Clover Boys? What's his Clover Boys? Cuff'em, Clav, these guys? And I'm not even trying to hate on Adin, but that contrast is real loud. Kai Cenat invested in some good talent, and now that talent are selling out arenas. And that's the difference between building something and just streaming. And the fact that Adin Ross had to sit there and give his flowers to someone who allegedly he's beefing with, that tells you everything about where the power of the industry is right now. Here's my take, and I know this might sound a little wild, but hear me out. Kai Cenat doesn't have to stream anymore. Now, obviously, he might go back to streaming. We can all see he loves it. That's where he started. But the point is, he doesn't have to. Let me explain what I mean literally first. The Clover Boys are their own brand now. They have their own audience, their own events, their own revenue streams. Clover Fest is going to be annual. They've already said that they want to take it on tour across America. They've been mentioning some big names for the lineups. So all of Kai Cenat's stake, all his percentage, his partnerships, his equity in the Clover Boys brand is just generating him money from something that he's built and not something that he's actively working on every single day. And that's what we call passive income, my people. That's business. That's what the moguls do. Every single streamer fear is burnout. I've even just gone through it recently. I went through 2 months uploading every day. And as you guys can see, I took a long break, but I'm back now. I promise, for real. So as a content creator, we all fear that content treadmill. The idea that if you stop streaming or uploading YouTube videos, you disappear. Your audience moves on and your relevance fades. And that fear keeps me and a lot of people grinding 12 to 16 to 20 hours a day until we break. And recently, it happened to me. One thing I want to say, don't be afraid to take a break. The internet will always be here. Been here for years now. Make sure to rest up and charge up that energy bar. But Kai Cenat, he broke the cycle. Because as you can see, Kai Cenat's taking a break, multiple months off, but the Clover Boys are still streaming, still creating content, still selling out shows, still carrying that Clover flag brand. Kai Cenat's influence doesn't die when he logs off. It actually multiplies through the people he invested in. Legacy isn't what you build for yourself, it's what you build for others. Kai Cenat's not streaming anymore, building a legacy. Name me any other streamer on any other platform who's built something like this. I'll wait. Put them in the comments. I dare you. And what happened in Albany just proves something that the industry has been debating for years. Can these streamers cross over to live events? Can digital creators fill up real venues? Can the internet culture translate into the real world culture? The answer is yes, and it's not even close. Almost 6,000 people showed up to an arena to watch streamers and listen to music curated by their favorite streamers. This was covered like a real festival. We had mainstream artists perform, but the creators were actually the headline. So now, this isn't the future anymore. This is now, the present. And the Clover Boys and Kai Cenat just put the whole industry on notice. If you're watching this and you're a part of the official society, you already know we've been saying this. Streamers aren't just entertainers. They're brands, they're business, they're culture. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. As a matter of fact, make sure you turn on the notifications because we're gonna be dropping a lot more. I'm back, I promise you guys. Oh yeah, and I cut my hair, forgot to tell you. I'm Gabe Official, this is the Official Society, and until next time, holla at your boy.